You ever see a missile catch a tank?
What?
We'll talk about it over lunch.
Tank train muscle with a battlefield mind. Drove an Abrams deep through enemy lines. Saw a farmer with a rocket take 1,000,000 out clean. So he strapped one on and changed the scene. Minnesota steel with a launcher grin. No turret now, just thick skin and a spin. Armor ain't nothing but a fish in the pond. And when it gets mad, you're already gone. He's the big fish, always up for more. Packing heat that evens the score. When cobras roll with metal pride, he locks and loads and lets it fly. They come in with a hiss, but go out with a kiss. No turret, no problem, he's steady and raw. Bazooka brings the bang like a wrecking jaw. He's seen what a farmer with a rocket can do. Made him rethink the tank and break right through. EOD trained and traveling far, but his heart's back home with a tackle jaw. Sweating it out with a 50-pound load. Straps it tight, walks the long road. Missile in hand, got Cobra in sight. Pull the wire and watch it ignite. He's the big fish, always up for more. Packing heat that evens the score. When cobras roll with metal pride, he locks and loads and lets it fly. They come in with a hiss, but go out with a kiss. No turret, no problem, he's steady and raw. Bazooka brings the bang like a wrecking jaw. You're jinging, you're weaving, you're still in my sights. You're running and duck, but I don't miss twice. When I run out of missiles, then I'll take you down even harder. He's the big fish with the big bite, blowing up tanks in the dead of night. No scope, just feeling fire in his core. Missile man, bazooka settling the score. That red jersey blazes across the field. You better pray he missed, 'cause he never yields. You hear that rumble? That's number 14 coming with a great big boom. Yo, Joe, listen up, I got a story to tell about a guy named Logan. Oh, he's so swell, he's the GI Joe gamer. Cool and witty, talking about those characters, heroes, and villains. At midnight we shout, Yo, Joe, or Cobra, talking about the Joe team and a Cobra tide. Joe's got snake eyes, the silent ninja in black. Quick with his swords, he'll give you a heart attack. Then there's Duke, the leader, so bold, gung-ho, always ready to fight and make those cameos. And we can't forget about Scarlet, the ultimate girl power. A fierce warrior, she'll make her enemies cower. Cobra's got Destro to supply the weapons. Cobra commander plots and schemes, see ruling the world in his dreams. Zartan is never what he seems, and Baron is rocks that black leather outfit. Shoot you quick and slip out the back of the pit. Yo, Joe, Cobra, Logan's here to give his GI Joe takes. Oh yeah, Yo, Joe, Cobra, talking about the characters, it's a GI Joe thing.
Mature content warning. On Logan's Joe Takes, strategic commentary may include strong language, heated opinions, classified references, time to call in the Joes, Opposing forces may attempt audio interference. Logan's Joe Takes. Mission begins now.
Greetings, I'm Christopher Logan Hill, GI Joe Gamer, and today on Joe Takes 17, we're going to take a look at Bazooka from the hill. Let's get this glare off my hand a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to dive into the figure. Now, I do not have the original vintage Bazooka. I used to. But the reason why I don't is because when I picked up the Tiger Force Bazooka in 1988, I parted him out. Which is something I regret now, but at the time I thought that the Tiger Force Bazooka was a much nicer looking bazooka. I never really cared for him walking into battle with a big red t-shirt. However, that being said, in some ways that's a more iconic look for Bazooka, but coincidentally enough, the only classified figure I have is the Tiger Force version as well. Now, these were his original accessories for excuse me, for this bazooka, but I actually prefer the ones that came with the original bazooka. And here we go. He just, to me, with the lighter green backpack and the lighter green helmet, he looks a lot better. But that could just be me, and I'm definitely dealing with this morning. Sorry. Now, as far as carded figures, I do have a modern bazooka with the iconic look, so we can check that out here in a little bit. And of course, on the back we've got the file card, and you can pause that and look at it if you like. Now, the backpack with the missiles on that turned out to be pretty cool. I mean, they did a decent enough job. Now, of course, on the classified figure, they went a step further and actually made it even better. But I was looking for the part on Bazooka's missile launcher, and it happens to be in the box. I'm glad I saw that. But here's the box art. Now, I definitely have a better look at this artwork later on in the video. As a close-up, he's number 54 in the series, and I'm going to take that little part out and put it right back on the bazooka today. Well, his missile launcher. It's hard not to call it a bazooka because he is a bazooka. His name is Bazooka. I know, and I'm sure that that's a callback to the old Bazooka Joe gum that used to come with these little, it was like candy for kids, but had a little gum that came with it, and little comic strips that it was wrapped in. It was kind of neat. And I was looking all over for this, and it had stayed in the box. I find that to be hilarious. So I will put that back on his missile launcher, which meant that it wasn't featured properly in the video that I'll be on Operation WC's Part 7. But here's the classified bazooka. Now, compared to the original vintage Tiger Force helmet, the colors on this Tiger Force bazooka are way better. Now, they went with a darker green, but I don't know what they were thinking with this. A lot of these accessories that they came out with, the Tiger Force and other repaints of the original Joes in the vintage series were, I don't know, they were just weird colors. And so I got my missile launcher complete on Bazooka there, and I think he looks pretty cool. And I've got the fourth missile in the other room where we've been taking the pictures for Operation Dungeon Siege. So he's the third GI Joe Gold Brick. Now we got one more, and I'm kind of holding that off for a surprise now. As far as the Marvel comic for Bazooka, I couldn't find any cover appearances. I mean, there may have been one, but he didn't really stand out a lot in the comics. He actually stood out more in the cartoon. However, this was his first appearance in issue 44. He shows up in the Awe Striker right there next to Crankcase. And also featured as a first appearance in this issue was Heavy Metal in the Mauler and Airtight, my favorite character. So it's kind of cool to look at this. I've been kind of saving it for the right moment, and I'm feeling Bazooka is that moment. Now, Lady J had seniority, so that's why she was in charge here. Bazooka actually outranks everybody here as far as actual pay grade. But Lady J, they always portrayed her as having a higher rank than she actually did. And I think it might have been because of her specialty, but also she had seniority and she was just kind of running through the course. I think one of my favorite parts in this comic book with Bazooka, or Dr. Mindbender also, that was his first appearance in this, but they called him Dr. Brainwave. There was a scene, they had got captured, they had gotten captured by Cobra in this, of course, and where Dr. Mindbender was testing out bats and his plant spores, which the bats seemed successful, but not so much the plant spores, which I don't think they ever used again. But this scene here where Bazooka lobs his empty missile launcher at... Let me see if I can do this correctly. Nope, I went the wrong way. So he lobs the missile launcher at the bat and takes his head off. I thought that was pretty cool. And so when I was doing my Operation Dungeon Siege with Bazooka, I definitely wanted to have him going up against the bats. So I hope you guys enjoy that video. I love this cover too. It's just the issue before, issue 43. But 44, that's where Bazooka first appeared in the comics. I'm just going to slide. I'll just leave it out here, so you can check it out if you want to. Now, for some reason, I didn't move the camera right, so you could take a look at the comics today. I figured you'd seen this one already, issue number 1. So that takes us to the cartoon, the Sunbow cartoon. He was, as far as I know, he wasn't in the Deke series. He was in a few of the other later animated movies, but just minor roles. In the Deke series, he first appeared in the Pyramid of Darkness, and it's hard to not talk about the Sunbow cartoon and not talk about Bazooka and Alpine. They were not just best friends, but they were always paired up together. Generally with Alpine leading, or at least taking charge. I think Bazooka is more of the strong, silent type in a lot of ways. His file card, however, calls him a decisive and fast thinker, which they sure didn't portray him in the cartoon as a decisive and fast thinker. But as a sergeant, I place it. He has that rank, so in my head canon, he is a squad leader. He's not necessarily a major unit leader or a team leader, but a fire team, maybe a smaller fire team as a squad leader. So that's where I'm at with Bazooka. As far as the cartoon, excuse me, I'm having a rough time with my husband today. Sorry, but in the cartoon, like I say, he was in Pyramid of Darkness, which his appearance was okay. He stood out in a lot of the episodes. I think predominantly he had the episode Bazooka Saw a Sea Serpent, which was pretty cool. Cobra had designed this massive sea serpent that just, well, they had kidnapped a scientist, and he got swallowed by his own creation and was inside the sea serpent. But Bazooka had seen it while they were him, Alpine, and Cutter were camped out on a beach for the night, and but nobody believed him that he saw a sea serpent. But they believed him as soon as and attacked the seaboards and went out of control. And that was kind of a fun episode, and that was definitely a standout for Bazooka. But I think the one that stands out for me the most is the one where Wild Bill led a mission with Lady J to a cattle ranch. But at the beginning of that, they were trying to remember the name of that episode off the top of my head. I can't remember it this morning, but Bazooka was at the beginning of that with Alpine and Snake Eyes, ironically enough, and whenever they needed a door, Bazooka would blow out a wall and go door. It was kind of funny. They gave him kind of a big lug, stupid voice in the cartoon, and that's kind of sad because it doesn't really reflect what's on his file card, which I will have near the end of the video. You'll be able to check that out, and that kind of sums up Bazooka. In my head canon, like I said, he's a squad leader, and his teammates are Airtight, Dusty, and Barbecue. And their teams, their fire team is often paired up in different areas. As you can see in Operation Dungeon Siege, they actually got they went from Alpha Squad to Fire Team Alpha to Fire Team Bravo, and it just sometimes works out that way in the field. And I thought it was neat to shuffle things around, and I had a lot of things going as far as ranks and who was in charge, and behind the scenes of that, the real leaders of the entire operation were Falcon, Stalker, and Beachhead, with Stalker and Beachhead being the Alpha team leader Stalker, and Bravo team leader Beachhead. So, and Bazooka was just the squad leader of what they refer to as Alpha 1, because each of the squads has 2 fire teams. And Beachhead's particular fire team that he was with, he had deployed most of them to the south for whatever reasons. Storyline wise, I don't want to spoil it because that's kind of coming up in the last part of Operation Dungeon Siege. But he still had Gung Ho with him, and so him and Gung Ho, who was kind of instrumental in this entire Operation Dungeon Siege. He started off with GI Joe Goldbricks, and has been a prominent character in this storyline. Him, Bazooka, and Barbecue. Now, of course, Dusty and Beachhead are also in it, but for the purposes of GI Joe Goldbricks, we've featured because I've already done a Dusty. My take of Dusty, and Joe takes 7, I think. So he was one of the first ones I did. So check that out if you want. And I did Beachhead as number 10, and he kind of kicked off Cobra Convergence. He had the intro for Operation Dungeon Siege. So everybody in GI Joe Goldbricks thus far has had their own Joe Takes episode, but I'm going to have a few more characters in the finale, so hope you're looking forward to that. I know we're looking forward to filming it. I've got a lot of big ideas, but we'll see if we can translate those into photographs, and we're still having a lot of fun with it. So, as far as Bazooka's concerned, he's he's a fire team leader, a squad leader in my head canon, and in the comic books, like I said, I don't remember seeing him all that often. I mean, he was there, and he was on missions and stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, I think Larry Hama thought of him as maybe a secondary character that kind of tried to replace Zap. But I think Larry Hama liked Zap better. And I kind of put Bazooka and Zap in the same grade. I mean, they're 2 completely different characters, and I like them for different reasons. But we'll take a last look at my original vintage Tiger Force Bazooka with my original original accessories from the 1985 bazooka, and then the classified with that missile launcher. I do like the fact that you can slide this over, but it comes off so easy, and then you can put the missile in there. I thought that was pretty cool, so I thought I would give it a mention before I finish the video here. So I hope you enjoy my take on Bazooka, and that all being said, Logan out.
Oh, Beachhead's a tough one. He ain't gonna talk. I'm just gonna cut him a little with his own knife. Why don't you just go spit, asshole?
We'll talk about it over lunch.
Hey guys, the bats are back. I don't think they ever left Bazooka open fire! Fire in the hole!
Howdy, fellas. Looks like I may have missed the party.
I wouldn't worry about that, Dusty. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty for all of us to go around. Say that again, Beachhead. Let's do this.
GI Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. Yo, Joe. Code name Bazooka. Missile Specialist. Field name David L. Katzenbogen. Grade E5 Sergeant U.S. Army. Birthplace Hibbing, Minnesota. Primary specialty armor defeating weapon systems. Infantry heavy weapons. Secondary specialty tank driver. Preferred weapon Dragon anti-tank missile. Subject is also EOD'd or explosive ordnance disposal, qualified up to the TACOP category. Graduated Advanced Infantry School at Fort Benning, Armor School at Fort Knox. Bazooka has been all over the world driving an Abrams tank with the 3rd Horde. When he came to the realization that an illiterate farmer armed with a 200 disposable rocket launcher could knock out a $1 million tank with less than 2 weeks training, he put in for a transfer immediately from General Hawk's files. Bazooka is a decisive, fast thinker with all the instincts of a natural survivor. When I explode into battle against those puny Cobra Vipers, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. A wire-guided missile and a night tracker weigh 46 pounds. A reload weighs 26 pounds. Do I mind having to work out an extra hour a day to stay in shape to carry a reload in case my first shot misses? Negative.
You ever see a missile catch a tank?
muscle with a battlefield mind. Drove an Abrams deep through enemy lines. Saw a farmer with a rocket take 1,000,000 out clean. So he strapped one on and changed the scene. Minnesota steel with a launcher grin. No turret now, just thick skin and a spin. Armor ain't nothing but a fish in the pond. And when it gets mad, you're already gone. He's the big fish, always up for more. Packing heat that evens the score. When cobras roll with metal pride, he locks and loads and lets it fly. They come in with a hiss, but go out with a kiss. No turret, no problem, he's steady and raw. Bazooka brings the bang like a wrecking jaw. He's seen what a farmer with a rocket can do. Made him rethink the tank and break right through. EOD trained and traveling far, but his heart's back home with a tackle jaw. Sweating it out with a 50-pound load. Straps sit tight, walks the long road. Missile in hand, got Cobra in sight. Pull the wire and watch it ignite. He's the big fish, always up for more. Packing heat that evens the score. When cobras roll with metal pride, he locks and loads and lets it fly. They come in with a hiss, but go out with a kiss. No turret, no problem, he's steady and raw. Bazooka brings the bang like a wrecking jaw. You jinging, you weaving, you're still in my sights. You're running and duck, but I don't miss twice. When I run out of missiles, then I'll take you down even harder. He's the big fish with the big bite, blowing up tanks in the dead of night. No scope, just feeling fire in his core. Missile man, bazooka settling the score. That red jersey blazes across the field.
Logan's room full of Joe take dreams. Crimson guard with eyes on the team. Snake eyes silent and mean, but tough to rile. Roadblock rhymes and cooks with style. Duke as the first shirt, making with a plan. Cobra Commander schemes with his clan. Scarlet sharp hits hard, flips fast. Destro's armor gleams from the past. Logan's GI Joe takes fierce and honest view. Red versus blue, it's up to you. Stay a while and listen for the consumerism. Logan's GI Joe's takes given with enthusiasm. Zartan shifting sneaks in disguise. Storm Shadow's blade cut through lies. Baron is cold with her deadly aim. Shipwreck laughs, wins the game. Doc's healing hand in the fray. Flint shotgun clears the way. Major Blood's battle cry echoes near. General Hawk leads, we cheer. From the hilt on YouTube, tune in for a day. Joe takes to help you with your play. Let's put these characters to the test. Logan's the GI Joe gamer, plays it best.